Hey everyone, this is First Warn Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Brad Penovich. Little update. We're doing a vlog today about the system heading to the mountains tonight and the possibility on Sunday we could see a wintry mix. We'll get more into that probably tonight and tomorrow, but let's focus first on what's going to happen in the mountains tonight because we've got two cold fronts heading our way today and actually a pretty nice afternoon shaping up because we've got southwest winds ahead of the front, so really warm day here across the southeast, but you can see the two cold fronts lurking across the Ohio Valley. And if you look in the mountains, we've already got winter weather advisories, in effect. You can see winter weather advisories through 9 a.m. tomorrow for Watauga County, Ashe County, and Avery County. So we're going to see the threat for some snowy weather moving in tonight into tomorrow morning. It's a quick hitting system, but it's definitely going to produce some snow showers. You can see the clouds building in today. A lot of clouds to our west. The clouds are the only thing that would keep us from possibly getting to 60 degrees this afternoon, but I think there's a pretty good chance we're going to get close to that in a couple of neighborhoods. Let's go in and start talking about the model data here. We'll start looking at the short range stuff as far as when the precipitation is going to get here. So you can see to our west, we're going to have some rain initially, and this rain could be problematic because if it rains on top of early before the snow falls tonight, this is going to make the roads really slick tomorrow. So while we're not talking huge amounts of snow in the mountains, the fact that we could get some rain at the beginning of this definitely could cause some issues. So this is going to about 9 o'clock tonight. You can see the first batch of rain moving into the mountains. By about 10 o'clock, it's rain, and then I think 10 or 11 is when it's going to change over to snow. You can see that quick changeover up there right on the Tennessee line. And then it's once you get closer to about midnight, when things get really interesting. Rain across the Piedmont, so no winter weather issues expected across the Piedmont right now. But one thing we'll have to watch across the Piedmont, this will all be rain overnight, but the temperatures are going to fall behind this. So once the rain moves out, if we have some wet roadways, especially right around sunrise tomorrow, we'll have to keep an eye on the potential that maybe we could see some black ice develop. But I think a lot of that would occur north of Charlotte, up in the Interstate 40 corridor. So black ice might be a concern. I'm going to back this up and show you the temperature fall with this because it's pretty impressive. You can see the cold front approaching. Look how quickly the temperatures fall on the back side of this. In fact, temperatures are going to nosedive tonight, probably down to the freezing mark in Charlotte and probably into the teens in the mountains. So pretty potent little front that moves through, and then that thing is long and gone. Now, we got to start talking about the weekend effect. So, real quickly, here's how much snow could fall. I didn't really show you this, but this is the general theme along the Tennessee line, about 1 to 3 inches, and maybe a dusting to an inch or so east of the mountains. So, let's look back here. We'll look at the system heading our way tonight. Let me back this up if I can find this. Yeah, so just a real quick recap of tonight's system. Here it is moving in, getting out pretty quickly. And then we go into the weekend. Now, as that system moves in, what it's going to do, it's going to leave high pressure in place here over the southeast. This high is going to wedge in some cold air that's going to get trapped up against the mountains. Now, this is crucial because it's going to be really cold on Friday and Saturday. And because of that cold air in place, the next system approaching from the southwest is going to throw moisture up and into this cold air. Cold air typically gets trapped up against the mountains like this, and the models usually don't handle this very well. So I'm not even buying what the models are selling because just the local experience will tell you that this setup is going to at least bring a brief wintry mix. Now we're talking early on Sunday morning between about 4 a.m. and about 7 or 8 a.m. There could be a brief wintry mix, but even then, it looks like it changes over to rain pretty quickly. Now, I don't think it'll change as quickly in these areas right in here. This is likely going to say a wintry mix, and it might stay snow at the highest elevations for a while. This is 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. We go into the evening hours, and notice that the rain is moving out, but there's still this hint of cold air trapped against the mountain. So I don't think the models are handling this really well. I think this could be significant, a wintry mix for the mountains and maybe parts of the foothills. But then the system moves off to the east, and it gets cold on the backside. So eventually, we're going to see snow break out in the mountains late Sunday into Monday. So if we get a wintry mix most of Sunday and then we get snow on top of it, could be a really big mess there on Monday morning. So just to show you this is the European ensemble mean of how much snow could fall in the mountains. This is the snow tonight and tomorrow, but we go into the weekend and notice that big uptick across a big chunk of the mountains and foothills. And if we're going to see snow or sleet east of the mountains, it's right in this area right here. I think that's the potential area to watch on Saturday night into Sunday. Now, overall, it doesn't look like a huge event. If we look at the Weather Prediction Center's chances of seeing an inch of snow, this is the system tonight. I don't know. This is just a little chance up there, but you see confined to the mountains. We'll go into the weekend. We'll go to Saturday night into Sunday morning. And you notice the potential all snow in the mountains, not much across the Piedmont. But here's the thing. What about ice, sleet, or freezing rain? We'll go into the weekend, and then Saturday night into Sunday morning, there's a bigger potential for some wintry mix, which is going to be sleet, freezing rain, or snow. I think this could be a little bit of both. And even across the Charlotte area, there is a small chance we could have a mix early on. So if you live anywhere north of Charlotte, your chances are much higher than south of Charlotte. But this is something to keep an eye on as we go towards Super Bowl Sunday. The potential for a little bit of a wintry mix in the morning. Now, by the afternoon, I don't foresee any issues, but it's at early morning hours right before church that we're going to have to keep an eye on as we go through Sunday. And again, here is the overall setup. We're going to have an area of high pressure camped out here on Friday and Saturday, which is going to bring the cold air. And notice the two pieces of energy, one to the north and one to the south. And watch these two things kind of come together and move towards the Carolinas by Saturday night. Now, we'll go in a little bit closer here so you can see the counties and kind of see this unfolding. You can see the snow spreading into the mountains initially. Here comes a whole bunch of moisture from the Gulf. And as we go into Saturday night, you could see the wintry mix developing maybe along Interstate 40. So this is the area we're watching. This is likely going to be a winter storm the whole time. And then we go into the afternoon hours on Sunday. You notice it changes to rain pretty quickly down here, but this is where we're going to have to watch. This wintry mix could hold on for a while here north of Interstate 40, especially if this cold air gets entrenched a little bit longer than expected. So that's the area we're watching for Sunday. Stay tuned. Certainly could be interesting for areas in Burke County, Catawba County, Iredell, Rowan, Davie, Caldwell, and then back towards Wilkes County north. I think this is the area right now. If I'm going to be watching, it's going to be right in here that we watch for Sunday. So just something to stay tuned for. We'll keep an eye on tonight's system. It's on the way. You can see it back to the west here. That'll be tonight's event, and then the big event possibly on Sunday. And oh, by the way, down the road, there could be another storm next week to keep an eye on. So we talked about this active pattern. It certainly looks active. I can't promise you they're all going to be winter storms, but the fact that we're getting a storm every 2 or 3 days is definitely a very active pattern, and pretty much why February is always a very active month here in the Carolinas. Have a great day, everybody.